That's some funny stuff. Hey everybody, Susie Q here. Welcome to Q Aquatics and Exotics. And normally this is Sunday night. We'd be chilling by the pond, sitting back and having a little chat. But I just got home from the Keystone Clash in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And wow, I wish there was better words. I wish my vocabulary was deeper so I could express like how amazing it was. While I was there, I put together a video and showed everybody the vendor room. That's coming up Tuesday. And the fish competitions, and I talked about the speakers. But there's a lot of things that happened that aren't in that video. Wait, first, is Haley in the chat? I can't really see the chat, so I'll get caught up on the chat in a few minutes. But let me tell you, I had a blast. But I want to tell you my experience as I saw it, because this is my first time ever going to the Keystone Clash. I have gone to Aquatic Experience, but I'm told that's more of a commercial show, a vendor show. Never been to Aquashella. So I was pretty excited. I was pretty nervous. So let me tell you what happened. There's good, there's bad, there's scary, there's funny, all rolled up into one. So I drove there with all intents and purposes of staying Friday night, most of Saturday, had to run off to a wedding, come right back at 5 a.m. Sunday and attend the auction. So those are my intent. That was my intent. I drove to Harrisburg, which is about 2 hours and 45 minutes for me. My boss let me go early. She actually encouraged me to go early, which was amazing, and so I got there and I parked my car and I felt it coming. I don't know if any of you experience anxiety attacks, but I felt it coming on. I had to slow my roll. I had to center myself. I had to breathe and talk myself into getting out of the car just to register in the hotel. Yeah. It's so much easier on camera where there's not a lot of people. I don't know why. This is much easier than walking into a venue that I've never been to before with lots of people. And I was looking for familiar faces. Trust me, I was scouring for familiar faces. But anyway, so I get there, I get my room and check in. It was awesome. It was a beautiful room on the first floor. Swimming pool, indoor swimming pool, indoor terrarium. So then I go to register. Now, having anxiety, knowing myself, I don't always register ahead of time because if that anxiety attack would have happened at home, I may not have gone. But I went and I got in to see the speakers, but the social was sold out. Everything that was happening Friday night was sold out, and that was like my night there. So already I was kind of sad. But no, okay, I'll go to see speakers. And I heard Aquafunk talking a little bit about the speakers. He was a little hesitant. Let me tell you, these speakers were amazing. Absolutely amazing. And when I got there Friday, at I think it was 4 o'clock, speakers started. Let me see if I can. And I didn't know who any of these people were. I don't know the people in the fish community. I know my fish fan. I know the fish tube community. I don't know the fish and aquarium community. I don't know who goes to Brazil and Venezuela and Africa and collects fish and is the expert in what fields. I know there's people out there that do that they're absolutely the experts in their field, and they have fish named after them, and they discover this and understand this and realize what disease does what. These were the kind of speakers that were there. I was blown away. I literally, and I'm not big on speaker, I'm more about the fun. That was so engaging that, let me tell you the lineup, and this is just Friday night. When I got there from Dave Ramsey, he talked about live food. Wow. He talked about the baby brine shrimp. He talked about all these different kinds of live food. I don't even know what they are. Give me a second. Infusoria, green water, hot. It was just, I didn't retain a lot of it because I'm not there, but it was amazing. And he went all the way up to worms. Now, there's a couple different farms I want to start. I want to start earthworm culture. My axolotls eat worms. My turtles eat worms. I thought I could do that. But anyway, that was the first speaker. The next speaker, who blew me away, Dr. Thomas Walsick. I didn't see that he was a doctor in here, and I didn't realize till he was speaking Saturday morning that he was actually like a fish vet, a veterinarian. But wow, his speak now, he's obviously a PhD. He was absolutely amazing. And his speak was a lot on loaches, the Friday night one on loaches. But he broke it down to where I understood it, I got it, and I could listen to him all night long. He was amazing. Then after that was Dr. Paul Lizelle, which I had already heard him speak on one area of the aquarium keeping hobby when he was at my local fish club. And this time he talked about Madagascar rainbows. Unbelievably. And then Rusty Wessel spoke. Now, apparently a lot of people in the aquarium hobby are like, wow, you heard Rusty. I didn't know who Rusty was. I had to look him up. And he talked about the rictus. It's a fish. Absolutely amazing. Then I walked around. I hope I'm not babbling too much. I'm gonna have to get my phone out. So Elizabeth is gonna call me if I'm babbling too much, because I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. So aside from the speakers, I walked into the venue room, the vendor room, and they were still setting up, but I saw a happy, familiar face. Haley from Oddball Aquatics. Thank you, Haley, because as soon as I saw her, it was like I could like anchor my crazy anxiety. So we chatted for a bit in between every time coming in and out of the speakers. I don't think LR Brett's I think he was there, but he was napping or elsewhere. Haley was at the table, manning the table one night with her roller sneakers. They were so cool. She's my hero. But because I couldn't go to the social, which was all the food, and I tried real hard. And I talked to a couple different people, but you had to have a wristband to eat, but you can go and socialize. Well, if any of you know me, know how I'm like when I don't eat. I get a little hangry. So I went off to the diner. I just snuck off to the diner. Well, guess what? Haley found out I went off to the diner, and she went and followed me and found me and sat with me, so I didn't have to eat alone, and we ended up laughing, having a blast. So that was pretty dang cool. And then we went on to come back, and they were having all sorts of fun snacks and party in a after hours or hospitality room. That was awesome. And part of that is in my video, but not too much of that part because, you know, there's children friendly and there's adult fun. And it was fun. And then somebody said, do you want to go sit in and play a game? Well, I love board games and stuff. So I'm like, I am so there. And we went to that inside atrium I was talking about. And all of a sudden this guy starts setting up, like he pulled out a briefcase and was setting up this tiny little world. It was Dungeons and Dragons. Never seen this game before. I was absolutely fascinated with it. I was like, wow. Haley, you got to correct me. You put something. Is Haley in the chat? Oh my gosh, this was so. Is this where the booty is? I just saw one thing. Okay, for all you young folk that think booty is booty, booty is the goodies that you got. It's your treasures. It's your booty. You know, pirate and his booty. You guys really think I was going to bring out my booty? Please. The next day after Dungeons and Dragons, fascinated all night with this game. Like I was captivated. Not only was this a fun game to hear and watch, it incorporated miniatures, which is another one of my passions. So I just got home, and I know I'm babbling, and there was more speakers the next day, but I had to leave for a wedding. And hopefully I was hoping to get back in time. I got some tank of empty water here, and a tank full of water. It's not empty. And I bought a whole bunch of plants that I need to get into water before I unpack my car. My car's not even unpacked yet. So let me show you some of the stuff I got. First of all, I got a bag of cholla wood. There's like 12 pieces of cholla wood for $10. What? And I had to hook my girl up because she could show me how to make trees. So this is for one fish, two fish, ROC. And this is my chola wood. Wow. So let me get started because I started off obviously with lrbaquatics.com and I got some hygrophilia. So if you guys don't mind, and if you do, say so in the chat. But if you don't mind, I was going to open up all my plants and at least get them into water before they die. This is Ludwigia X arcuata. Did I say that right? Oh, wow, it's too sunny. There we go. How's that? It is Ludwigia. I'm just gonna, I got to get everything into water. Oh, and one of the speakers the next morning, her name was Jennifer Williams. And she did a talk on aquascaping for non-aquascapers. Blew me away. Now, if you ever heard Rachel O'Leary talk, she talks about her aqua girls and her girl Jen that does aquascaping with her. This is the woman who spoke, and she was extremely knowledgeable. And she broke it down so that I could understand. And I am so stinking excited to try some aquascapes. So my intent with these plants, this one is water wisteria. You guys know that. I think Haley got this out of her pond. I'm not sure. Is Haley in the chat? There's some water wisteria. Let that float over there. So she was going through some of the aquascaping, and one of the styles that she did that I was silly excited about was like her first layer. If you're going to get into the plant world and aquascaping, feel free. If you're going to aquascape. I'm more of a, let me learn, see if this and that, see if I can, and she talked about that. Let's see if you can grow plants first. So I am going to start, oh, look at this girl. She's good. This is my girl. Yeah. Yes. Mm. I don't. Cool. Thank you. You are so awesome. All right. Bye. So that's my girl hooking me up. Let me know it's choppy. Because I can't see the chat. I want to see the chat. Oh, I see it's choppy. Now that I'm on... oh, see, now I got to pay attention to that. I wonder why. Is that what it looks like when it's buffering? Huh. This is Eladia anacharis bunch. So we got some anacharis here. So the style of aquascaping I'm going to go for is I'm going to plant a garden. I'm going to absolutely plant a garden here. Oh, wow. There's a lot of chat I'm missing. And it is so icky choppy. I wonder why. Because this is the same camera I use outside. I'm hooked up to the hard wire. Huh. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. Should I keep going? Yikes. I also found an amazing piece of wood that was already attached to slate with stainless steel. So I thought, let me get this underwater and start the cycle while I can. Oh, I feel bad that it's choppy. Because you know how this wood, the grapevine wood, is it called? It's kind of like the roots of the azalea tree. It goes through a cycle. It's going to get like this fuzz on it, which is fine. Fish will like it. Fish will eat it. It's not harmful. But I want it to go through that cycle before I set up my aquascape. My plan here is to see if I can grow these plants in here and aquascape all my 5-gallon tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to try 5 different aquascaping styles in 5 different small tanks to see if I can do it. To see how they come out, to see how they fill in. So here I got Ludwigia Cuba. Ludwigia Cuba. Is it any better, guys? I can see the chat now. Throw your thumbs in the air. I got to catch the replay later. Oh, love you, Haley. And thank you very much. She saved me from an anxiety attack, let me tell you, and a pity party I was going to have. I was about to have a pity party because I couldn't get into the stinking social. Oh, end of the story to find out I could have got into the social. Well, let me tell you, the Dungeons and Dragons, I don't know if the leaves are supposed to fall off like this. But I'm still going to put them in here because they have to get wet. They have to stay wet. So what do we got? She's in her basement. Do you think that's why? I don't think there's anything running in my background. Now we're going to see if this is different because I actually was running something in my background. I was running YouTube in the background. So now I just shut off YouTube. So you tell me if this changed anything. I do have a booster chewy in my basement. Those roots were good. And now this is a Hygrophila pinnatophyta. Pinnaphida? No, Pinnaphida. It's a very different Hygrophila. I've never seen this plant. A little better. Hi, Caleb. Caleb Aquatics in the house. I can't be saying hi to people because then I'll start losing what I'm doing. And I'm afraid because I bought these plants. Some of these plants I bought a long time ago, like on, not a long time ago. Feels like a long time ago on Friday. And yeah, some of them are falling off. But I do know from experience, and Lucas Bretz reminded me that these plants, as I take them out, need to get in water. I bought some more Java fern. Smack those thumbs, people. We got this. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Uh-oh. Is John a bag of donuts in here? Is my Johnny baby in here? Oh, my gosh. She was so sweet. So I left for the wedding. We got up there. I was in my car coming from Harrisburg. John is on his motorcycle coming from where we live in Lower Bucks County. He ran into rain. So he had to pull over and get cover for a little bit. But he meets me up at the wedding. What a sweetheart. He's not a dancer. He danced every slow song with me. Italian Val. And most of these plants were like on sale for $1. So, of course, I bought like 15, 20 plants, especially after seeing the aquascaper Jen saying things like, just do it. Just get it. Start a garden. Giant hair grass. Anybody knows anything about giant hair grass, keep in mind of all these plants, I have one tank that has some CO2. So if any of these would do better in that tank after the quarantine period, then I'm going to put them over there. And one of the main reasons I'm quarantining, because I got these from all different vendors. I got them from all different people, all different vendors. Oh, look at that. I like that giant hair grass. Oh, I got some more Ludwigia Cuba. I was going crazy, guys. I was just going crazy. Why is everybody saying thank you, John? Hey, my Johnny bag of donuts. Oh, he says, hey, one fish. Oh, this is why. Man, there's my Johnny bag of donuts. Super chatting me. Thank you, my love. You are so awesome. For not being a fish. Oh, he smelled a little funky. So the wedding was great. I'm bouncing around a lot. I know. John danced with me almost every slow song. Even if he didn't want to, he danced with me. He's a love bug. Still pixelated. Oh, dag nabbit. Who's going to be number 50? 50? What? Okay. Look at this. $1. Anubis Nana Petite. $1. I'm so excited. Did I tell you why I am keeping them in this tank for a couple weeks? Oh, I did tell you. I quarantined my plants ever since KG Tropicals did their videos and had all these fish tubers send in videos of big mistakes that were made. Look at the roots on this. Wow. And Rachel had sent in that she didn't quarantine her plants once, and it was tragic. So ever since I saw those, and if you don't know KG Tropical, shame on you. He just came out with 10 things, and he's got 10 things about a 5-gallon plant. I didn't see it yet, but he's got tons of great information. He's the main reason why I started YouTube. He's the main reason why I kept on fish keeping. But he's got all that information. And anyway, when I was at his channel and I was watching his videos, and Rachel was talking about now she quarantines her plants, she learned the hard way. I don't need to learn the hard way. I can learn from other people's mistakes. So from this point forward, I now quarantine my plants. So is the stream getting any better? You guys got to be honest with me. Because next week I got to be out by the pond again. I do have lighting. I was so afraid. Is this Monte Carlo? It is Monte Carlo. I don't need a tag in there. I know what Monte Carlo is. Sink it to the bottom. And I think this is, and then, I've got so many of these plants. Yeah, so they come guaranteed not to have snails, not to have algae, not to have pests. These are pretty good. I don't know. Should I try to do that dry start method again? Oh, these look like crypts. Really love them. This is not. Maybe I will, but right now I'm just getting them in here so that they stay wet. They don't dry out like my last time. That was horrible. They're all grown in a lab. It is moving so fast. That's way too fast for me to keep up, that's for sure. But I kind of like this. I like this. I can't wait to sit down and start reading the chat. But and thank you so much, Aquafunk. Having everybody shout it out. This is beautiful. I threw it away without reading it. Anubis mangai. Okay. What else? So now, thank you very much, Aquafunk. That was very, very nice of you. I really appreciate that. You're awesome. I'm going to give Scott a shout out right now because last I checked, he was 8 subscribers away from his next. Man, I can't think straight. I'm so excited. From 4,000. He's 7 subscribers away from 4,000. So if anybody's in this chat and they're not subscribed to King and Queen Cichlids, check out some of his videos to see if you like what he's got. He's very creative with the videos. He's got big cichlids, and he cannot lie. When the itty bitty thing comes, I'm sorry. He's got big cichlids. He's got an amazing wife that has nano tanks and dogs, and they do this live stream on Sunday that's very interactive between the two of them. They're amazing. And he takes you through his fish room. 7 subscribers away from 4,000. King and Queen Cichlids. So this is hornwort. I love hornwort. I can see that there is duckweed. He told me the duckweed was free. I'm putting this in the bottom tank because so far nothing else had duckweed. At least nothing that I could see. So I'm putting that in the bottom tank. And I got this big bag of Val that also has duckweed. I'm putting that in the bottom tank. So, is Blackie in the house? Dr. Black? Dr. Black 66? Hey, Daniel. Hey, Worldwide Tropicals. Oh, I can't get started. Matthew Moore. Oh, my gosh. Okay. I can't wait to read the chat. That's my favorite part. But This also has duckweed, so I'm putting it in the one below. I've got very special plans for this. Dr. Black 66 won an amazing prize. Can't say I quite understand the prize yet, but he wasn't able, the prize was not able to be shipped to him in where he lives in Australia. So he let me have his prize. I'm so excited. And I want to explain to you what it is, but I can't because I don't know. But I'll give you a brief overview and I'm going to use it. They're going to send me under gravel filter, which I have in my Mbuna tank and I like them, so that's cool. But they have this product, and I need your feedback here, guys, that use electrodes to clean your tank. It's touting, and it could be proven, I haven't researched yet, I will, that you don't have to do water changes. Once I get it, I am going to set it up. I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to do water testing on it, and I'm going to check it out. Oh my gosh, duckweed everywhere. That's all it takes is just a little bit of duckweed, and you're going to get it everywhere. But that's why that's going down here. So that's what's going to be going in this tank. This is going to be my testing tank for that prize that I won by a gift from Dr. Black, Dr. Black 56. So that's kind of exciting because if it's true and it's real, it's cutting edge. If it's not, then I'm going to need some ideas on what do I do with fish. Like, how do I test it without killing fish? I can't imagine that there's something on the market. A Nomo. Thank you, Select Pet. It's a Nomo. So if you guys know anything about the Nomo, I am so excited. Yes, Dr. Black 66 is a top bloke. I think I'm prescribed to everybody. Oh my God, that's my love. You're so funny. Can today and tomorrow just be over already? Aw, Connor. I didn't see the live stream, but guess what? The answer to that is yes. And guess what? If you are blessed to wake up in the morning, you get to start a fresh day and start it any way you want, because that's what you need. You just need the right mindset. I'm sorry you're having a tough weekend. I really am. I can relate to some of it, but you can end your day, just go to sleep. And when you wake up, if you're blessed enough to wake up, it'll be amazing new start. You get a fresh day every day. Every day you wake up, you get a reprieve. You get to do it all over again. You can make it anything you need it to be. Oh, I think Scott's at 3,995. 5 more and he'll be at 4,000. 4,000. Well, you can't actually change things that happen, Connor, but you can. It will get better. It will absolutely get better. Things around you can be chaotic, but every day you get a new shot. I'm going to put this cholla wood, not with the duckweed, up here to let's see if I can get it soaking. My girl, One Fish, Two Fish, is going to show me how to make trees out of these. So I'm going to have a tank with trees. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the mushrooms like she did. That was awesome. If you haven't seen that mushroom tank, when this live stream is over, I'm going to go back and link her video to it because it just came out amazing. I'm not going to soak hers because I don't know what she wants to do with them. But I want to make trees in mine because, like I said, I'm going to be making 5-gallon aquascapes. Some of the things that she talked about, and when I say she, I'm sorry, Jen Williams. She went over the different kinds of aquascaping philosophies. And some of it was, but most of it was like, I can try that. I will try this and I'll do that. So I'll probably try something different in every 5-gallon. And I know aquascaping in a smaller tank might have more challenges than aquascaping in a large tank. Maybe not. Maybe aquascaping in a large tank has more challenges as well. But she was talking about the garden. Look at all these cats. Oh, yes, we could do a live stream tree video. Absolutely. Wait a minute. What? Scott, I'm going to promote you. You do not need to send a super chat. I mean, first I'm going to say thank you. Wow. 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 But you do not need to do that. But that is very nice. I really appreciate that. Let me see where you're at. 3995. Guys, 5 more people. We'll get them to 5,000. So if I missed anybody's super chat, I have not read this. I am so sorry, but I will go and start reading. Okay. Paul Zell and Rusty Wessel were amazing. I don't know if you're answering somebody's question. They were amazing. My favorite was Thomas Walsick. Oh my gosh, I could listen to him all night long. Let me tell you, he was awesome. But when I left to go to the wedding, I missed, but I'm not going to focus on who I missed and what I missed. I'm going to focus on what I got, what I saw, what I experienced, and the amazing time I had. Because if I focus on all the negative, I'll go spiraling down that wormhole. And we don't want to do that. I had an amazing time at the Keystone Clash. I got some amazing plants for like $20. Like, what? That's awesome. I got to see my nephew get married to the woman of his dreams. It was an amazing wedding. And one for Stupid, you'll appreciate the decorations that they did. Wow, my sister-in-law did it all. I'm sure she had help from her sisters, but I did have a great weekend. I woke up this morning and the sun was already out. My intent was to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and drive back to the Keystone Clash for the auction. That did not happen. I did not when by the time I opened my eyes, the sun was already out. It was already like 10 o'clock. I was like, I can't drive 3 hours to Harrisburg and then 3 hours home. So I had to make a decision. I made a decision that I was going to miss the auction and just to drive home. So I drove my car home and John was in front of me on his motorcycle and there was a horrible crash. Oh, keep people in your prayers. 4 or 5 cars that shut down the Pennsylvania Turnpike extension for hours. People were out of the cars having picnics. It was so bad. We were able to get off the turnpike and take back roads, which was great for him. He was on a motorcycle. It was like beautiful roads. So we did make it home. It put in like maybe an extra hour on our road trip, but it was very nice. Very, very nice weekend. I got some good booty here, guys. So you can make fun of how I say booty, but I say booty. Oh yeah, this is good. My wife bought 2 of Rusty's large black mollies from his pond. Let me tell you, some of these people brought some amazing fish. First generation here in this country fish. And I wish I am so happy, Ed, that your wife got some of those large black mollies. That's pretty cool. So I have 3 guppies from Michael's Fish Room, and I think I'm pretty cool because I got his guppies. Now, I did get 3 pair of guppies from lrbaquatics.com from his vending table, but I'm going to do a whole video on those because I just think they're gorgeous. So what I did want to go over all this today. You know what else I need in here? There's no movement, and I know the plants don't need it, but I brought this with me in case I bought fish and needed to keep it alive. My fish came in breather bags, so I didn't really need to do that. But I would really like to have some kind of movement in this tank with these plants. I don't know if it's necessary. I'm just going to do it. So this is not cycled. It is used, very well used, very worn and torn. But these are just my plants. Not just my plants, but you know what I mean. See, got a little bit of a heater there. I don't know if it's supposed to be that low. So I've learned the hard way. Don't let your hands be dripping wet when you plug it in. Don't judge. Now I got to get this into the electricity up top. 1, 2, Oh boy. 3. Got it. Got it. Nope. That electrical panel is full. Oh. And it's not the electrical panel that has the USB. What? Son of a gun. Guess I'm not going to use this right now because I don't think it'll reach over here. What was a thought? I thought I was going to be able to get air to this far off tank. These are the 2 tanks I just brought down here. They weren't a part of my fish room before. I brought them because I'm redoing my reptile tank. I'll have to figure out how I can get air to this tank. It'll just take me some finagling, right? So now I see that there is a lot of chat, and I cannot wait. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's already 7:30, and I haven't even looked at the chat yet. What? Now, guys, has the choppiness gotten any better? I'm going to look through the chat, and I know I'm on real time here. Has the choppiness gotten any better for real or no? I'm trying not to Susie Q. Yeah. Oh, Shishi's in the house. My feet hurt. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you about Haley's awesome. Let me tell you. Good people. Let me tell you, good people. But she had these sneakers on that have the rollers in the back. So she just put one foot in front of the other and she was so graceful. I was so amazed. But I'm not sure if those shoes were the most comfortable, but they were pretty darn cool. Good night. Oh, good night, Daniel. I'm missing people. Okay. Hey. It ain't pearlweed if it ain't from LRB. William Jansen said, I am lurking. Hey, RC, I am lurking. It's still choppy. Oh, I'm sorry. Interference from the electrical grid and slow stream rate. Next week, I will be outside by my pond where it's open air. Oh, that's sad that this is like this. I wish there was a way I could fix it. What would do to make this fix? Is it bad? Is it bad? Should I end the stream? Is it like that kind of bad? Let's see. I have 100 Sue Maria. Cool watching a colony grow a new baby. I don't think I'll ever get. Well done, King and Queen. Did he get there? I can't upload. Crafting with the Wonder Twins. I'm so far behind in chat. Oh my gosh, not bad here. Thank you, Mr. B. It's okay. Sound is great. Picture's crap. Continue. Good. Okay, I guess you can continue with the crappy picture, huh? Let's see. Will this work? Can I bring you closer? Get ready for a shaky ride, guys. We're going to take you down on the ground. There we go. How's that? Will that work? Audio is fine. Thank you. Don't let that stop you right now. We can hear you just fine. Yay! Ooh, it's okay. Well, look at the stream is okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It's weird because my booster for my house is in the basement. But I guess that doesn't really matter. I have how many thumbs up? See, okay, I am a proud supporter of StreamYard. I would love to be able to use OBS fluently. I don't know what my problem is when I go to try to do something and I mess something up. It seems to mess up a couple things. But StreamYard there's a little bit of a lag if I went to go on YouTube. And I can't really see all the bells and whistles that OBS has. It tells you how quickly how good your connection is. And if I have a guest on, they can't really see the chat. And I think when we were testing it, I was kind of like in the way. Like I was talking with Elizabeth, and who else was on there? Kyle. And I was the only one who could see the chat. So it's almost like I had to constantly say out loud what the chat was. Okay, there we go. Oh, I just looked on YouTube, and it is very choppy from what I see, but that's okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. So what kind of plants, Ed, did you get from LRB Aquatics? I can't believe that some of these plants were like, Kaler's Aquatics. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I just saw it. Let me see if I can find it in here. Not a fan, but I am of you. Oh, you're so sweet. Where's your super chat train? So for me, I like bouncing back and forth because YouTube shows me that there's a super chat with bright colors, so you can't miss it. So thank you, Kaler. Thank you very much. I hope I didn't miss any. Thank you, Zen Ginger. She says, nice booty cue. Is it she? Science gal in the house. Shishi, I was just up there. Greg Steve. In November, Greg Steves. That's at the Bucks County Community College. That's what I feel like when I'm at the Aquarium Society. I feel like I'm in college learning. It is so enlightening. And these are the same kind of speakers that was at the Keystone Clash. It was really cool. I'll definitely go again. Next time I'll probably go with somebody because that seems to like calm down the anxiety a little bit, like when I'm not alone. And Haley was working, but she saved my life, man. She saved the day a couple different times. Thank you, Haley. I know she's probably left already, but she saved the day. And I don't, I'm in top chat. Go in live chat. Somebody's leaving. Who's leaving? Marie. Hood's in the house. 44 Mag Guy. Hey, No Salt. I so wish that you could do videos on no sugar, no flour. Because those are my restrictions, and I'm a horrible cook. Someone's coming down the stairs. I'm live. Do you want to walk in front of me?
I have to get to my laundry.
So this is why I don't live stream in my basement. But come on, come right behind me. It's my daughter, one of my four. Go ahead. Gotta look at the camera though. Oh, she ducked. She ducked out of the camera, man. She didn't want to be seen. So I'm in my fish room. Oh, very, very fuzzy, huh? It was a fantastic time. It was absolutely fantastic time. I got so many plants. I can't even imagine if I went back for the auction, what would have happened. I just knocked over a whole tub of water. We're going to save that for another time, though. We are definitely going to save it for another time. The people that I got to talk to during the social hour and when everybody was like a lot real laid back, was very interesting. I met some people from Canada. Biggs was one of them. I subscribed to his channel. I'll have to get his channel name and put him out there. And then the other thing that I did want to talk to about, and what reminded me of it when I was listening to these speakers, I was thinking, and there is a very big difference between an aquarium hobbyist, the people who have been in the aquarium hobby for a long time making things happen, the YouTuber, the fish tuber, and sometimes there's people who have all this knowledge and experience, but they're not YouTubers. And the only way to get that information is either go hear them speak, read their books. But there's a huge generation, even older generation like myself that I would rather watch YouTube. I've got a very too busy of a day that I don't really read a whole lot anymore. So Scott was talking about in his channel that there's some experts in the field that don't have a lot of subscribers. They're not going to get a lot of subscribers just because you upload videos. You have to know the YouTube game. And it's not who you know as much as how you do it. I guess what I'm trying to say, if there is a way to connect these people onto YouTube, it's almost like I wish I was really good with editing and tags and searching keywords and doing the AdWords sense search. And if I was really good at that, and those people like editors of YouTube, if we could just get somebody to do that for some of these people that have all this information, and all they would have to do is do their do interviews with them and get that information out. I don't even know if that's making sense, but it made sense to me listening to these speakers. Is there's so many people in the world that don't get to hear. These are the people that went out to these places and found these fish and brought them back, and other doctors and other people identified them and reclassified them, and they have so much to offer. And this is where I'm at in the hobby today. And you're right, not everybody's in the same place of the hobby as everybody else. So if you're in the hobby because you like the beautiful, peaceful, fish and shrimp, that's amazing. That's what gets us in the hobby. That's what keeps a lot of people in the hobby. And some people, that is what the hobby is. And there's other people that care about how these fish are caught and shipped to us. What is it doing to the earth? What is it doing? And they're doing stuff in that area. And so there's all different niches in the hobby. And I guess just because my eyes are just now being open to some of this, I am blown away. And most of you know, I've only been in the fish keeping hobby a couple of years. I share my passion and what I'm learning as I'm learning it. And I'm loving doing the research, but I don't know a whole lot. So I don't want to assume everybody knows a whole lot. Just like when somebody said something about, what's his name? Rusty Russell, I think. I was like, okay. I saw he had red hair. There was nothing to me that meant anything but a name until I heard him talk, then started doing research about him. So let's just say he had a YouTube channel, which I don't think he does. But if he did, and he put out stuff now, he's got some amazing knowledge and experience behind him. But if you don't know the YouTube way of putting together a video, or the YouTube way of what makes, it's like if you have a great video, but if you don't have the right thumbnail, nobody's going to click on it. Nobody knows to click on it. If your tags and your words don't really reveal in the 4 seconds that you have to somebody reading what they're looking for, nobody's going to click on it. So I don't think it matters that these people are amazing with knowledge and experience. And I don't think that's why they're not doing good on YouTube. I know it's not making sense what I'm saying. It makes sense to me. I wish I was more eloquent with my words. If I thought about it more, I think I could convey it more. But if they had somebody helping them with YouTube, and a lot of these experts in the field, they could care less about YouTube. They could care less. They're making things happen in their world. Other ones, people want to get people back into the hobby, or new people into the hobby. So they do want to get the word out. So I guess it's a lot of talk for nothing. Sorry, guys. I went on a little thing, but that's my daughter.
Hi.
I wanted a little thing because I remember hearing Scott talk about this last week. And I love Scott, and he knows I love him and respect him. Is he at 3996? What? But I think the connotation of what he was saying was not accurate. It's not like they deserve to have more subscribers. It's like they have all the knowledge and experience and things that right now, and where I'm at with this hobby, that I want to get to. I want to hear this. I want to know. I want to learn, but I don't know how to get to them. So Scott shared a couple of their channels. I'll probably share their channels in my descriptions as I move forward all the time. And I met this guy, Chris Biggs. Amazing. Absolutely amazing what he does and what he says. And I'm going to start adding his channel to, because they're not YouTubers. They're not YouTubers, and they've been guided like, why don't you try starting YouTube to get your knowledge out there, to get your experience out there. Just like I'm sharing my passion, a lot of people don't care about my passion. They want to know why that black moor has a yellow belly. Like, why isn't it always black? Or they want to know, why does my shrimp keep dying? Like, my channel isn't one of those you come to for how-to. Their channel you would go to for how-to. Or where do they come from? Or why is it they don't have a caudal fin? Or what makes them in this classification when it looks just like all these other fish and they're in a different classification? That's kind of like what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I probably babbled a lot, but it just made so much sense. Oh my God, the fog lifted. Jeremy's Wildwood, I get it. There are so many people with such awesome knowledge that aren't very good at the YouTube side of things, so they don't get views and their knowledge isn't getting shared. Exactly. Exactly. Now, some of these people don't care about it. Somebody talked them into doing YouTube to get the knowledge out. But I thought, wouldn't it be great if there was like people who are really good at the YouTube thing that were passionate in the fish hobby that would help them get their channel going, spread that kind of knowledge. Maybe that's my calling. No, Sue, it is at the hobby club level. Hello, daughter. I'm sure that was about Jeff Sanders. Exactly, Deborah. But I am very gullible. So I could be listening to Joe Schmo and he says this. I'm like, wow, is that true? I have to remember, stop, do some more research, check with other people. Then I go to my club and talk about it face to face with people. Then I make my own decisions. So now I have my own ideas from doing a couple different researches. But when I was listening to these speakers talk, oh, what they said was word. I'm telling you, it was real. I did not, nor do I feel like I would have to second guess anything any of those speakers said. That's how blown away I was. It was just like, wow, if I could just have recorded what they said so I could watch it again, because it was so much information at my level, I caught bits and pieces, bits and pieces. And the bits and pieces I caught were fascinating. Oh my gosh, Chris Biggs, thank you so much, One Fish, Two Fish. He was so funny and amazing. He came down from Canada, and after hours, when we were just sitting around chatting, he was talking about some of the different animals that he has and his farm and where he wants to go and how he wants to take things. And it was just pretty cool. Eloquence is overrated. True that. Because let me tell you, I have a professional job and I really do my best. And I know what I do and how I do it. And I know my job and I know the laws and I'm very good at it. But I'm not really good at connecting the thoughts that are going on in my head with my words. Even if I stop and think, and that's the same thing. That's why I like videos better than live streaming, because videos, I can cut out all those. No, that didn't make sense. Let me look it up. And it's not because it's not important, because like people think, well, if it was important, you'd retain that knowledge. Not necessarily true. Not everybody has that kind of brain that you could retain certain knowledge, that you could put like these speakers talk so much about so many amazing things that I couldn't reiterate to you guys what they talked about. The more errors or wrong you do, the more you learn. Exactly. And I think I'm at a place where I can learn from other people's mistakes. I can learn from my own mistakes. Oh, I am trying to find, I'm so far behind in the track. A person in East Canada as Fish Tropic and others to get older speakers from. Yes, exactly. And it's just amazing. You don't have to unlearn tons of old information. Hey, Jeremy, how's your beardy doing? Did he answer? Oh, he's good. Speaking of which, I went away, and my daughter takes care of my fish while I'm away. And the beardies, like she gave them the beardies, the tortoises. She said she gave them all salads. So I have to make sure I get up extra early to make sure I give them some bug loving. Speakers tend to be much better than the internet. Exactly, Donnie. And I'm trying to see, there's got to be a way to marry the two. There's got to be a way to get these amazing speakers onto the internet to be shared. There's got to be a way without having to know the YouTube dance. There's Dr. Black. Oh my gosh, you're let me go back to Dr. Black and Thirsty Rabbit. That was hysterical. I fell asleep laughing. How great was that? That was I don't know if you intended to turn off your live stream when you did, but it was funny. It was absolutely funny. It is at the actual public aquarium level 2. Scott Dowd is the director of Large Boston. I am so far behind, but guys, I just had to talk about all the different plants I got. I was so exhausted from driving. Oh my gosh, I was so exhausted from driving. And I knew the plants had to get in. And if I just did a live chat, after the live chat, because I'm going to still listen, I'm still going to have to acclimate my guppies. And I really appreciate you guys letting me do my unboxing of all my plants and stuff. And these are the plants that I'm going to be using in my aquascape. So I'm pretty darn excited about that. Who dies with the most knowledge wins. Oh my gosh. There's New York Gold. Check him out. I remember, see, and this is why I love the aquatic experience and local fish clubs and these face-to-face things. That's where I met King and Queen Cichlids. That's where I met One Fish, Two Fish, and Donnie and Deemer and V-Stags. And it's just so cool getting to meet people face-to-face, because my anxiety level was at the brink when I walked into Keystone Clash. And then when I was told like it was sold out, I just knew my lack of action caused me not to. And that's all it takes for it to go. And then I turn around and there's Haley smiling with her roller shoes on. And it was like all was good. Aw, Johnny Bag of Donuts done that. I must be bad. I must be very, very bad. We should film the speaker. So here's the thing, and I understand this. Like I heard Joey talking about filming his, like when he's speaking. This is the way he makes his living. Like that's almost like an infringement on his rights if somebody just films somebody speaking. So that's why when these speakers were speaking, I didn't actually have any time. I probably saw them in the hallway and didn't know that they were the speakers, to ask them ahead of time if you minded if I recorded them. But I know like Joey, and there are a lot of speakers out there, this is how they make their living. So if people just recorded their speaking and put it out there for everybody for free, that's like if I recorded somebody's song and just put it out there for free, they wouldn't get any of the benefits of all that knowledge that they do. Now, there are other people that have other feelings about it, but I know everybody is so different. It's like, it's almost like when you find out somebody's a lawyer and say, "Oh, can I ask you some questions?" Like, this is what they went to school for. This is what they know. This is how they make their living. So I don't know. I think it might even be considered rude if you just recorded, but I'm sure you probably meant, you know, ask their permission first. And I just went off, but that's what I thought. I was like, I just want to record all these people. I even felt funny. I did ask a couple of them, can I take snapshots of the PowerPoints that were going? Because when he got into the different diseases for all the fish and what they look like and what it meant and where they came from, I wanted to remember this. And I know my memory, I would be gone within an hour. I'm like Dory. So they said I could. And I took snapshots of different screenshots of their PowerPoint presentation. But I didn't think, I wish I had thought to ask. Klaus is Canadian and he's cares preservation program, and they can be booked for radio. Exactly. You don't have access to them now. And let me tell you, I did my wait, I still haven't checked to trigger my memory. When I did my video on my cares fish, I remember, and I don't know if I said it in my video, how hard it was for me. It's so hard that they're still not registered. They were never registered because it wasn't easy for me as a novice to maneuver around the CARES program site to get these fish registered. So I called a couple of my friends, and they're in areas where they don't have local fish clubs. And they were not able to answer me either. They also have CARES fish, but are not registered. And I think what helps the CARES program is that they're registered. It's almost like tagging the eastern box turtles so they know where the population is and where it's not. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But I would like to know more about how to register CARES fish. How do you prove, like when I got my CARES fish, how do I know that they were actually registered and that they're not like a hybrid? Like, so those are some of the questions that I had with my CARES fish. But I like the concept, and I want to be a part of it. Dr. Lozelle was talking about how the CARES program is actually changing, I guess, nature. And I guess it's not nature when their habitat's being destroyed by people, but uh-oh. Am I out of time? Hello? This is my girl. Oh my gosh, I was going over. Thank you, Elizabeth. She's so cool. And thank you guys for coming out. Oh my gosh. We have to all stroll over to the King and Queen cichlids. See, I got to do it by the pond. I don't have any of my timing things here. Let's all go over and check out Scott and get him to 4,000 subscribers if he's not already there. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. And I will see you next week. I hope Sunday night, 7 o'clock. I hope. And I hope the video's better next